Hi there guys, have you ever wondered how pixel artists make their grass and bushes and trees seem so easy? So easy to do. It always baffled me how easily they can get them across. Today I'm going to show you the #1 trick to draw patches of grass just like that using brushes rather, and sprites in Aseprite. But this can be done in any software using custom brushes. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to start by drawing some blades of grass. I'm going to make them a bit spread out like this. Maybe let's do 2 or 3. Let's do 3 and make a nice pattern. Okay, and I'm going to be selecting them and I'll press Shift B. Excuse me, it's Control B, which will create a brush. And then I'll set it to paintbrush for sure. And let's select the colors we'll be using. I'll be using greens in the same hue in ascending order from dark to light, about 4 or 5, like so. That looks like a good palette to me. Oopsie, let's use the pencil instead, and we will create the initial shape of the patch of grass. Make sure that you sort of have the size of the patch in grass you want to make in mind, because we do want our darkest color to be on the bottom and we do want it to be everywhere. You could always work with layers, but I wanted to keep it really simple here. Make sure to put small patches of grass on the outside, and when we go to the lighter color, I'm going to be putting less of them down like so, and that will be even more so when I use the next color. I'll be using even less of them. This will create the more definition of the blades as I go. Let's take our 4th color, and I'm just going to imagine where the light comes from and put it mostly from that direction, and keeps where the shadow would be relatively dark. And then the real highlights, which are going to create the more defined features, and that looks great to me for now. So I'm going to be selecting it and just sort of patterning out on top of each other to see what it would look like if I was using it as some sort of tile set or a larger feature. Couple of times like that, and just gonna make sure I also zoom out, see what that looks like. Looks fine like that to me, and it does look fine zoomed out. So yeah, that's all. It's really just that simple. Let's take a second to look at the examples I gave you at the start of the video, just to show you how simple it can be using different patterns. For this patch of grass, for example, I use a more straight pattern of blades, and it gives a more straight, old school type of vibe. For the second example, I used 2 types of patterns for bushes. As you can see, with the second one, you can see there's like straight lines in the middle. I did that so that you can draw a flower on top, but it might look a bit squarish because of that, so do be careful with that. Then the 4th one is another example using a similar brush as the tutorial itself. And then this one, you might have seen me do similar things in some shorts before. I love using these squares and squares with holes in them to create brushes and trees. So that's an example of that. Let me just find the brush for that rather. And then yeah, these are just some examples of dithering. I think that's beyond the scope of this video, but maybe I'll do a tutorial of that in the future if you guys would like. So definitely let me know in the comments. Also, if you guys would like to get a download link for these brushes, just let me know and maybe I'll drop them in the Discord. So just comment below and I'll drop you a Discord link to download them from. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.